Hello, welcome to this update. So, let's see what else we have for the severe weather today. Yesterday was very destructive, many strong tornadoes in the south. I hope everybody's okay. And let's see here. This was updated a few moments ago. There's this enhanced risk in western Pennsylvania and New York today, and this light risk in parts of Florida, Georgia, and the Carolinas, and all the way to western New York, and this margin risk. So the tornado is just 5%, 2 and 5%, but be careful in this whole area from Florida to Pennsylvania and the 2% around it. There's wind 30%, so this is like the main threat in that enhanced risk, and 15 and 5% in the other areas. So be careful, some very strong winds, plus just 5% hail, be aware. So sporadic damaging winds, swept and a few tornadoes will be primary threats this morning through dusk across a broad portion of the east. So be careful there. And let's see, there's day 2 is kind of quiet, just a storm or two there. But day 3 is interesting. There's this small margin risk in Iowa and Nebraska. The thunderstorms associated with marginally severe hail will be possible late Tuesday night and early on Wednesday from southeast Nebraska into Iowa, far northern Missouri. So be aware, nothing that crazy. There's still the elevated fire and spots of Texas, New Mexico, and Nebraska, and South Dakota, and a few spots of Wyoming into northwestern Kansas, Colorado. So be aware. There's a critical rate for Monday tomorrow. Spots of Texas, Oklahoma, into New Mexico, and Colorado and Kansas. So be careful. There's like the elevated as well. Day 3 through 8, day 3 and day 4 across the southwest. So be careful too. There's here like the her for those storms today. So right now, this is happening right now there as I speak. There's some severe thunderstorm warnings there, some tornado watches too. So be careful. There's this snow in the northern Midwest as well. So this goes a few more storms for Florida, spots of the east, and these storms some more damaging winds in parts of Pennsylvania, into western New York and more areas, and more rain, a few storms to southern Ontario as well, and more snow there, spots the northern Midwest, in the northwest a few areas in Northern California, and more ice and snow into Ontario and Quebec. So this goes shows like some more storms on the east coast and some rain by tonight, and this might go away by tomorrow, but stay safe. There's the European too, shows like this system now is leaving the east coast and still snow on the west there. So this is Tuesday. This goes the Europeans potentially snow in the plains Wednesday, the 19th in the high plains and into the central northern plains and Midwest as well, and into Canada later. So this are like the 20th this goes, and later the Europeans some other sneaky storms, but we'll keep watching. There's the GFS, the system now leaving the east coast, and more snow on the west coast. This snow goes into the plains March 19th, potential some ice as well, and then into Canada later. So be careful. And after that, still shows like the 24th, some stuff in the south, maybe some severe weather, and more stuff into the northeast, into Canada late March, and later the GFS just goes crazy. So be careful there. At this massive scale, discussions for some heavy rain in the west and on the east, and some marginal risk on the eastern parts of California and Oregon on the west as well. So be careful. They choose still nothing, and the rest is kind of quiet. But still some snow down the west and northern Midwest into Canada. Day 2 still shows in the west, and day 3 more like Central Rockies, day 4 into the plains, And on the west again, day 5 into Canada, and the plains there. Not plains, the Rockies are kind of Rockies. And the Cascades and those areas, day 5, day 6, still some probabilities there on the west, and day 7. So we'll keep watching maybe in Canada as well. There's still like the winter storm severity index, mainly on the west there, the mountains more extreme in California, the Sierra Nevada, more spots there in the Rockies, and this in the plains there for March 19th, as I showed you, already is some moderate, so be careful. Shows like some red flag warnings there for that fire danger still happening, the tornado watches right now, and by the time you watch this it might be different, and some wind advisories and flood watches spots to the east, wind warnings on the west, wind advisories and winter storm warnings there, some flood watches in Oregon too, so stay safe too. Shows here like similar to what I showed you just now. Those storms leave the East Coast, some snow into northern Canada as well. That's that ice in Labrador, some spots there. The stuff on the western U.S. and then still like central western Canada, some lingering snow, especially further north in Alaska. These Pacific systems, some snow, and this by Friday 21st, maybe in the northwest again and western Canada, some more snow, and still shows by the 23rd some on the west coast there, possibly by the 25th the European there's some weird things again on the east, but be careful there. There's like it's still cold primarily on the north there, Nunavut and those areas. Northwestern territories this cold there is down to minus 35 still in Yukon, northern Alaska, probably in the minus 20 Fahrenheit, and be careful spots in the south as well. Show like some minus 19, some minus 20s, especially Manitoba, more spots there. And on the east, far east, it's kind of good because it's ahead of this cold front. But this goes and does get cold again by Wednesday. Spots of Labrador, Quebec, and yeah, in the northeastern US too, especially like Wednesday. And the south is kind of hot in the A is Fahrenheit, and even far southern Texas. So this goes and does showing the Rockies some teens, some lower teens there, and 20s. This goes, but no major cold, just northern Canada there. But be aware. Uh, Here for like the wingers still shows strong like today in the west coast, especially in California and Oregon, some other spots in Wyoming too, those areas close to like in some spots close to some 61 53 mile per gust spots in Northern California, especially in the mountains, and still this front there, some strong winds on the east too into southern Canada. So be careful this goes, and still later by Monday spots of the Rockies slightly stronger, and Monday, Tuesday, especially Wednesday, some stronger winds in the like Texas, New Mexico, the high plains, because of this new system that'll bring the snow there Wednesday. Good thing you just bring snow, no severe storms again, but be aware, no matter what. So shows here like some high goes for Wednesday, and still Thursday, some 51 mile per gust, 60 this goes there, and yeah, and once again on the 22nd shows this strong winds that down there, and it's like I think it's the pattern this time of year, because every week this is happening there, the strong winds. So stay safe, and here just to make sure there'll be no other storms, because it shows on the 19th the snow, but shows a storm or two in the mix as well, but nothing crazy like we had yesterday, and a storm or two on Thursday, but nothing that crazy. But yeah, stay safe. There's still like some rain here. We did have a lot of rain yesterday, but there's some more on the west coast in 5 days, western Canada as well, and on the east coast those storms. But be aware of those storms today. There, some heavy rain spots, and yeah. So stay safe and be careful.